Here's a look at your market recap on this Wednesday, the 6th day of November. Take a look at the auction barns around the state today. The general theme across all the auction barns seemed to be that heavy rains, flooding, and if there wasn't flooding, sure enough, some mud now, preventing a lot of cattle from making it to the barn this week. South Central Regional Stockyards in Vienna, they plan to have their first of 3 special wean vac sales. Looks like several of those cattle will be delayed until one of the later sales, as they only end up with about 550 head today. Did have a stick-out draft, 23 head of 503-pound steers that brought 339. Windsor Livestock Auction, they had 665 head. The market there on a light run, steady to firm. Farmington Regional Stockyards, 330 head today. Light test there, $2 to $4 lower. Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, 472 head. Market there uneven on a light test, 3 lower to 5 higher. Green City Livestock Auction, that was in far north of Missouri, and they probably had the least amount of rain as any of the barns. They ended up with 1,813 head. Couple stick-out drafts there included 18 head of 602-pound steers that sold at $298. A full load of 739-pound steers at $273. Taking a look at the box beef cutout values, choice closed the day at $315.59, down $1.62. Select at $283.20, down $204. Those values based on 131 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds, and the choice select spread setting at $32.39. Negotiated feedlot trade for the week still at an absolute standstill. Hardly any sales reported in any of the feeding regions so far this week, as trade looks to be delayed until later in the week. Taking a look at the futures markets, live cattle for December up 62 at 185.40. February 186.72 up 77. Feeder cattle for November 247.70 up 155. January 244.02 up $1.67. Lean hogs for December $1 higher 82.12. February up 65 points at 85.15. Grain markets at the elevators around the state, soybeans were stayed at 12 cents higher. Wheat stayed at 3 higher. Corn 7 to 11 higher. Corn bids in St. Louis on Wednesday, $4.47. Kansas City 381 to 421. Soybean bids in St. Louis 1023 to 1027. Kansas City 929 to 1008. Wheat bids St. Louis 588. Kansas City 548. On the board of trade, corn contracts, December up 7 3/4, 426 1/4. March up 7 439. Soybeans for November, 3/4 cent higher, 994 1/2. January up 2 cents at 1003 3/4. The further out contracts into spring of next year, they were 1 to 3 cents lower. Wheat for December up 3/4 cent, 573 1/4. March unchanged, 591. The rest of those contracts fractionally lower today. December soybean mill closed at $298.40 a ton, down $1 and a dime. December oil up $1.35 a hundredweight at $46.34. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your market recap for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.